Are you trying to figure out the steps of what it takes to become a United States Marine? Well, if this is you, look no further, because in here I'm going to show you the steps in detail on what it takes, what you need to do in order for you to become a United States Marine. Hit the intro. What's going on, everybody? It's Rakim here, and I got another great video for you. Today I'm going to cover the steps for you to join the United States Marine. Now at the end of this video, you will have a full understanding of what you need to do in order for you to be a United States Marine. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Step number one, don't doubt yourself. I know it's easier said than done, but a lot of people are simply scared of the Marines. What do you have to be scared for? You have no reason at all to be scared. A lot of people hear Marines and they turn the other way and start running. But believe it or not, you can be a United States Marine. I believe if you put your mind to it, you put all the dedication to it, you can earn the title of United States Marine. Don't believe what people say. Don't believe all this stuff you see on the internet. Hey, don't doubt yourself. Bust through that mental barrier and see if you have what it takes to become a United States Marine. Step number two is contact your nearest Marine Corps recruiter. All you have to do is open up the internet, go into Google, type in United States Marine Corps, and what's going to happen is a list of all the different recruiting offices in your area is going to show. All you have to do is click on the one that's closest to you. You either can call or actually go down to the office and speak with a recruiter. You also can use social media to contact your recruiter. A lot of recruiters are on social media, so you can type in hashtag Marine Corps recruiter for whatever city you're in or the nearest biggest city to you. That's another way to get in contact with a recruiter. Also, check your wallet. I'm sure you came across a Marine Corps recruiter sometime in your lifetime, and I guarantee you that recruiter gave you a card. So dig in your pocket, open up that wallet or open up that purse and see if you got a card in there. You might. Step number three, getting basically qualified. Now, this is a time where the Marine Corps recruiter is going to reach out to you to see if you are basically qualified. Not fully qualified, but basically qualified. And all this means is that the recruiter is going to ask you a bunch of qualifying questions to see if you are qualified. Some of the things that the recruiter is going to be focused on is your age. How old are you? You have to be at least 17. What's your education? Have you completed high school? Are you in the 12th grade? Are you in the 10th grade? What's your citizenship? Also, we're going to talk about your moral, criminal activity, drugs. And also, we're going to touch on a little bit of your medical, because there are some things medically wise that will disqualify you from joining. So we will ask you a couple medical questions just to see if you are basically qualified. And if you are basically qualified, you can move forward in the next step of the process to becoming a United States Marine. Step number four is setting up the appointment. Now, after the recruiter asks you some qualifying questions, screens you out, seeing that you are basically qualified, the next step in the process is to set up an appointment with you. So that way you and the recruiter can actually have some time together, so that recruiter can get to know you, get to find out the things that are important to you, and show you different ways that the Marine Corps can help you get those things that you want in life. So at this particular time, the recruiter is going to ask you, do you have transportation to the office? Do you need transportation? If you need transportation, this is your time to tell the recruiter, look, hey, I don't have a way to get there, because all recruiters have a government issued vehicle with free gas. So there's no trouble for us to come out and get you.
Nice.
That's step number four of the process, is to set up the appointment. Step number five, follow through with your appointment and show up for your appointment. Don't flake.
What?
Now, it's easier said than done, but a lot of people do it. Now, if you made that commitment to that recruiter, if you made that commitment to yourself that you were going to be there What type of impression are you putting on yourself? Do you really think you have what it takes to be a United States Marine if you can't even follow through with a simple commitment, as simple as an appointment with a recruiter? So first impressions is the biggest impression. What impression do you want to put on you, your name? Step number 6, get mentally qualified. Now at this time, you didn't flake on your recruiter. You showed up to the office for that appointment because you followed through with your commitments. Now, the recruiter is going to see if you are mentally qualified. Now, for some people, they have taken the ASVAB at school, and the ASVAB is the Armed Service Vocational Aptitude Battery Test. If you have taken this test at school and you got a passing score, you will not need to take this test again. However, some people have not taken the ASVAB at school and they will need to take the EAST, which is an enlistment screening test. It is not the ASVAB, it's just a test to determine what an individual will get on the ASVAB. So at this time, that recruiter is going to put that applicant on the EAST. The EAST is 39 minutes, and the EAST tests you in 4 different categories. It tests you in word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, arithmetic reasoning, and mathematic knowledge. Step number 7, the interview process. Now this is the meat and potatoes. This is the time where the recruiter and yourself actually talk on a personal level. That recruiter will get to know a lot of things about you. That recruiter will get to know what are your dreams, what are your aspirations, what are your goals, where do you see yourself 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. This is the time for the recruiter to kind of listen to you, and it's all about you in this time. Now, interviews can last and range from 1 hour all the way up to 3 hours. So this is the amount of detail that we get into when we talk to you, because at the end of the day, we want to learn as much as we possibly can about you to better suit and help you. Step number 8, commit. At this time, you and your recruiter has spent anywhere from 1 to 3 hours talking. That recruiter has listened to you that whole entire time. And based off of your unique situation, your wants and your need, that recruiter has showed you a plan that goes with exactly, I repeat, exactly with what you want to do. And at this time, hey, that's a great plan to you. You're going to commit. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great
Yes.
plan. That's what I want to
Yes.
do. That's exactly
Yes.
what I want to do. I want to take the step forward, take the challenge, and be a United States Marine.
Yes.
So at this time, the recruiter is going to prepare you to go back home and talk to your influencers. That can be mom, dad, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, grandma, granddad, and be able to speak about some of the things that you and your recruiter talked about while you were here. And also, this is the time to set up and arrange a date for you to go to MEPS, which is a military entrance processing station. Step number 9, prepare for MEPS. At this particular time, you and your recruiter have came up with a date and a time where you can go down to MEPS to take your physical, to get physically qualified. Now at this time that you have before you go to MEPS, this is also the time where the recruiter is going to gather all additional paperwork, all additional documents that may be going to your school, getting a education verification, or going down to the local police department and getting a police records check on you. And also, this is a time if you are above your weight or below your weight to kind of get to where you need to be. So in this time, you and the recruiter are going to be working together to make sure everything is in line to prepare you for MEPS, and make sure when you at MEPS that everything goes flawlessly. Step number 10, going to MEPS. Now, MEPS can be a 1-day process or MEPS can be a 2-day process, but for most people, MEPS is a 2-day process. So on that first day at MEPS, you're going to take your test. You're going to take your ASVAB. Now, if you pass your ASVAB, you will be able to move on to day 2 at MEPS. Now, between these 2 days, the government will pay for you to stay at a hotel throughout the duration and the transition of day 1 to day 2. Now at day 2, this is where you're going to do all of your medical screening. You're going to see a doctor. The doctor is going to check your eyes, make sure your eyesight is good, make sure you're not colorblind, make sure you don't have astigmatism. Doctor is going to check your audio, check your hearing. You're also going to do another drug test. You're going to get height and weighted again. And the doctor is going to go over all of your medical history just to make sure that there aren't any discrepancies with you and what's on your paperwork. And if you make it through the physical portion at MEPS, you will be able to swear in, take an oath into the delayed entry program, also known as the DEP. Step number 11, become a poolee. Congratulations, you've made it. You made it past MEPS, you fought the MEPS monster, and now you have earned to wear that nice blue shirt that you were drooling about. Now, at this time, you and your recruiter are going to sit and go over the statement of understanding. You're going to go over some additional paperwork, some of the do's and don'ts of the delayed entry program. Also, this is a time where you will pick your specific job program. And you will also have a ship date where you will go off to recruit training. So now you have a time where you know you need to work to get physically and mentally ready for recruit training. And it's that recruiter's job to ensure that you are physically and mentally ready for recruit training. Because if you're not, you won't be able to ship off on that specific date that you have. Step number 12, prepare for boot camp. Now you already know your boot camp date. Now it is up to you and your recruiter to get you both mentally and physically ready for you to ship off to go to boot camp on that date. Now some of the things that you can expect to do outside of the delayed entry program is PT daily. You will PT 3 to 5 times a week with your recruiting office and your recruiter. You also will conduct ISTs, which is the initial strength test. We will gauge you in your pull-ups, your crunches, and your run to see if you are where you need to be. Now for your pull-ups, you have to be able to do at least 5 pull-ups for you to go to boot camp. You have to be able to do at least 55 crunches and run 1.5 miles in under 13 minutes. Now, don't you worry, it's not just on you. It is also your recruiter's job to help ensure that you are inside the box, that you are where you need to be in order for you to go to recruit training. Step number 13, go to boot camp. Now, you've been in the delayed entry program for a while. Now it's your time to go to boot camp. It is you. It is up to you if you come back a United States Marine. Take all the information, take all the knowledge that you have learned from the recruiter and from all the poolees and apply it while you're in boot camp. And trust assured that you will make it and you will earn the title of United States Marine. And there you have it. Those are 13 steps to becoming a United States Marine. If you have found this video informative or you have learned something from this video, go ahead and hit the like. And if you want to get more additional content similar to this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. So that way, when I drop another video, you will be able to get it and check it out.